Welcome to the Hindu editorial dictation. 31 August 2020. Ready? Start. In June 1967, after winning the Six-Day War, Israel Defense Minister General Moshe Dayan announced, standing before the Wailing Wall in the world city of Jerusalem, we have returned to our holy places and we shall never leave them. Since the war, Israel has made several peace agreements with Arab countries as well as the Palestinians and held many more rounds of dialogues. But what Dayan said has been its de facto policy when it came to territories. Full stop. The only territorial concession Israel made was with Egypt when it returned the Sinai Peninsula as part of the 1978 and 1979 agreements. In other deals, Israel has recognized Palestinian self-rule and committed itself to the two-state solution, but stopped short of making actual and concessions. Full stop. The agreement Israel reached with the United Arab Emirates earlier this month reinforces this Israel approach of peace without giving up land. The UAE has offered political and diplomatic recognition to Israel in return for Israel's decision to hold a plan to annex Jewish settlements in the occupied West Bank, not for any actual territorial compromise. This leaves the Palestinians in a difficult spot. If more Arab countries are ready to make peace with Israel without addressing the question of occupation, the Palestinians, already weak and divided, will be left with themselves in their quest for freedom and sovereignty. The roots of the conflict in modern times can be traced back to the Jewish immigration into historical Palestine, the land between the Jordan River in the east and the Mediterranean Sea on the west in the late 19th century. Faced with persecution in Europe and elsewhere, Jews started migrating to Jerusalem and its surrounding areas, which were part of the Ottoman Empire. By the onset of the First World War, Palestine had a sizable Jewish population to ensure the support of the global Jewry in the war efforts against the Ottomans. The British reached out to the Zionists in November 1917. British Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour wrote a letter to Lord Rothschild, a leader of the British Jewish community, in which he stated that His Majesty's government backed the establishment in Palestine of a national home for a Jewish people. The latter came to be known as the Balfour Declaration, which Arab historian Rashid Khiladi called the first declaration of war on Palestinians. After the war, Palestine became a British mandated territory. In 1979, the World Zionistic Organization had established the Jewish Agency as its operative branch. The agency became the de facto administration of the settles in the Palestine, which the continued after the Second World War. The UN proposed a plan to partition Palestine into an independent Arab state, an independent Jewish state, and in international Jerusalem. Full stop.